What is up, Gong? My name is Adam Ochart. I hope I've met you before, but if I haven't, I am a mid-market account executive here at Gong. Um, Little fun fact about myself, I'm actually going to be the first US account executive that's moving out to Dublin to help build the team out there. Um, I'm super stoked to talk about, how I use Gong to just get better and up level and how I've consistently learned from my peers through the platform. And what we're going to cover today is a little hack that I refer to as, looking at the title fights or the big marquee deals and learning from those. So really quick backstory why I do this. I'm not too humble to admit that I'm not the best seller at Gong. I'm definitely not the most experienced. There's people running multi-million dollar deals right now, and there's infinite numbers of learnings. And if I can scale that process in the market that I'm in, I'll be untouchable. So the way that I do that starts on the deal board. First and foremost, here you can see the deals that I'm running. We won't spend a lot of time here, but I want to show you, this is typically where I'm on the deal board. Towards the end of each month, towards the end of each quarter, there's going to be these really, really big opportunities that are happening that I want to track. First and foremost, because we're filtered by hierarchy, I'll pull up our CRO Ryan's team, which is essentially everyone on the revenue organization that's rolled up. We're now looking at Ryan's team deals set to close this quarter. And where it gets really interesting is the ability to filter by ARR. So out of the gate, now what we're looking at is the largest deals. And here we can see a couple million-dollar deals that are set and underway. Personally, I care a lot about competitive deals. I want to see how are we out positioning, how are we making sure we are in this business. I can go in and see those mentioned, so on and so forth. I won't click through that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but there's a lot of moments in here that are valuable. In addition, are we aligned on things like timeline? Looks like it's been a month or so. We can work on that, next steps, and so on. And where it really gets interesting is when I dig into the account view. And I'm going to have to slide my screen over. Now what I can see is how are we multi-threading? Who's getting involved in this cycle? What are we talking about? And this is extremely relevant and interesting to me. So first thing I want to see is who we're talking to. And here at a glimpse, I'm able to see really, really quickly that Chris, who's running this deal, is extremely multi-threaded. He's relentless. He's not stopping talking to these people. He's got the CRO involved. He's got the European division looped in. He's got sales ops. He's got vice presidents. He's got the right people looped in, right? I might be curious though, Jason is the CRO. How active is this individual? We're talking about a CRO that has to essentially be an executive sponsor for $1 million contract. I can take a look at all of the touch points where Jason's been involved, go in and see what's going on there. A step more granular, I want to know every call that Jason's on, and I can pull up those exact moments by clicking through these bubbles. So a really, really good way for you to go in and say, who's the DM? What are we talking about? How are we ensuring that we've got this deal cycle codified? Moving back, the other important thing to note is what are we talking about? And this account status view does a lot. It allows us to see a heat map of activity going back and forth, right? You can see it's been pretty steady for a few months. You can see last call, last email, the next call. And what I find really interesting is looking at the top topics that were discussed. So small talk, building rapport doesn't change. It's important to me to know that. Discovery, it never ends. We're truly making sure we're aligned with their business. And then you get the gist of it, right? They're getting through security, digging into the value prop, and so on. There's a ton of learning in here. And what I would typically do from here is listen to the last call, understand what we're trying to solve for, and then probably come back and listen to this call when it comes forth. So a ton of learnings in here. It's our ability to take something that didn't exist in the past, right? Having this kind of learning in a fishbowl or selling in a fishbowl that people can tap in and learn from. And I could also go in and Slack that AE and ask them questions about why'd you do this or thoughts on this or how are you going to prevent this? It's collaboration on steroids, right? It's literally the best way to learn. It's something I've done since I started here. So hopefully this was helpful. To quickly recap, towards the end of each month, towards the end of each quarter, go to the deal board, filter across all the deals, find the biggest deals that are being worked, go in and learn a ton. It's literally like getting your sales MBA or your CS MBA at Gong for free. We're actually getting paid. So hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, and enjoy.